In this week's video, we're going to be making a custom excursion car set and pairing it with the Disneyland 35th anniversary engine and tender. The bulk of the video is custom assembling, painting, and adding people and seating, and overall making the excursion cars. So we'll start with the unboxing of the Disneyland Locomotive, and then get to making the custom excursion cars. The Locomotive we're looking at this week runs on both AC and DC power. It also has puffing smoke and an operating headlight. It has golden brass accents, wire handrails, and is transformer controlled for forward and backward motion. It also has full metal wheels and axles. Up first, we have some nice 360 close-ups of the Locomotive. The Locomotive has the number 4 on the side. Here's a nice close-up of that headlight. And here's the other side of the Locomotive. Pretty much the same as the first side. It does have the switch on the back. And here's a nice top view of it. Definitely in good condition. Up next, we'll be taking a look at the tender. The tender is full of logs as opposed to coal or oil. Looks like the couplers are all facing the inside. We'll straighten that out later. It has the Disneyland Railroad decal and the 35th anniversary brand on the side. The tender also has the number 4 logo on the side as well. Here's a nice close-up of the logs on the top. They're actually really detailed. Nice. And with the engine and tender unboxed, I'll hand you over to my father as he makes, assembles, and paints the cars in this passion project.
Today we're going to be making a kit of a excursion car that I bought. We're using a standard, inexpensive Lionel caboose. I use this one because of the railing end, and you'll see why later. So to start, gently pry this back to release the body from the frame. Once they're done, that opens it up. You'll have to open these up just a little bit more so that the new piece will fit in without issues. And here, this is the kit. Comes with the body, with the tabs that will lock in. Roof piece, you glue on, and it comes with a bench for each side. Best thing to do is body on or loose. And that's so you can position the benches in the car body. Now I snipped this center one off just so it's easier to set this in place. For this project I used plastic weld. It seems to work best with the 3D printed plastics. And then you can set it in the car, giving yourself enough room. Pull the body off. And we'll do it for the other side. There you go. Your benches are in place. Now we can remove the body carefully so you don't knock your benches out of place while you're still wet. Now same thing with the roof piece. It's ready to go on. Take your roof. Get it all lined and let that sit to dry for a while. Being 3D printed, you can see little fuzzies on it here and there. You just gotta scrape them clean. Not a big deal. And this is ready for paint. So I'm making it multiple colors. This one is gonna be blue. I have a red one and a yellow one. We're gonna take and carefully nip this off. And we're gonna use these on the car and the caboose. Basically it's not needed anymore. You can use that for another project maybe. Getting ready to paint bench work in the bottom of the car. So what I do is take your blue painter's tape and just tape the car up. I do this because I'm going to spray paint it. I don't want to get the wheels dirty. I don't want to have to try and take the wheel sets off. Maybe I'm lazy. It works. You take one long piece and just add to it. Cover up everything else. By doing it this way, now when I set it down, the wheels and trucks are going to stay clean. I'm using nutmeg Rust-Oleum satin paint. It's just some stuff I had laying around. And what that'll do, that'll paint the seats and the floor tan. That's interpretation of color. Alright, now that we have the bottom of the car painted, it's time to put people in there. Now, as you know, glue doesn't stick to paint. So I just take my razor knife and scrape through a little bit of the paint so the glue has something to bite into. You can spend a lot of money on people. You can paint your own, or you can buy them in bulk like I do. They're not the greatest looking, but for what you're doing, they're good enough. You're not going to see them in there very well. And here again, you want to scrape the paint off anybody that's going to be seated. Alright, now we have everybody scraped off. Time to go back to my plastic weld. And here again, I like to put a dot where they're going. Alright, now that the blue is all dry, we're going to paint the roof just so it gives a little contrast and a little color variation. What I use is just Tester's gray. It's just a nice medium gray, and just go all the way around. And now that we're done, we've got a nice gray roof. It'll go flat once the paint dries. Gives a little contrast to the car. Alright, we have all our pieces finally painted, glued, and ready to go together. Tabs line up perfectly with the tabs from the old caboose. Both sides in, then the caboose railings will slide into those slots, snap in place, and it holds it together. Kind of a great thing. There we go.
Alright, in this portion of the video, I'll show you all the cars that we made. First off, we'll start with the blue one that you saw earlier being made in the video. Here's a nice close-up in all the sides of the car. Here's the bottom and top. Real quick, YouTube says only 1% of my viewers are subscribed. I hope this video has earned a like and subscription, as it has taken me the longest to make and edit to date. Now let's get back to the video. Alright, the second blue one is pretty much the same. Now we're going to move on to the yellow one. This one's a little bit more densely packed with people. It's the same car, just different color. And here we have the red one. This one's a standing car. We chopped off the top and put people standing. Here's a nice top-down view of it. And here's another red one.
This one's got the conductor back here.
And this one's got the conductor on the back. Alright, now let's get all these on the track and get them running. My favorite part.